不知道喜欢视觉艺术的朋友们有没有听说，广受好评的温哥华本地艺术家 Steven Shearer 正在举办10多年来他在加拿大的首次个展。那这个展览呢，从11月20号开始，一直会到明年的2月13号。这个展览让我们看到了他超过74000份摄影和其他形式的作品。刚才提到的本地艺术家 Steven Shearer 最近正在举办的个展，我们今天呢邀请到 Polygon Gallery 总监 Shearer 来为我们做一些详细的介绍。首先呢，想问一下，是什么原因让你选择了 Steven Shearer 这位艺术家在你们的展馆举办这一次的个展呢？
Steven Shearer is certainly one of the more important artists living and working in Vancouver, and an artist that I have worked with for many years in my role as a director and curator, beginning certainly when I even started directing an art gallery in the late 1990s. He and I worked together. He's an artist that hasn't had a lot of opportunity to show in his hometown and has not shown anything over the last decade. So when we opened the Polygon Gallery, I felt it was really important to provide an opportunity for hometown audiences to see his work. Steven's an artist who's achieved enormous international recognition and has shown consistently in Europe, but very rarely in North America and not very much at all in Canada. So we're lucky to have the opportunity to show his work here in Vancouver and for the opportunity to show an extensive survey of his work.
我们知道这一次展出的作品数量相当大，那请问你自己是最喜欢其中的哪一个作品呢？原因又是什么？
Well, I can't say that I have a favorite piece. I have an affection for a lot of the work in the exhibition. I would certainly note the most recent painting that he's done called The Potter, which is on exhibit down at the end of the room, as something that's really emblematic of his practice in painting and an extraordinary example of his artistry and his skill. I was fortunate enough to watch him working on this in his studio. His interest in the history of painting, but the incredible ways that he combines contemporary subject matter with historical idioms. Clearly an interest in late 19th century or early 20th century painting, fauvism and symbolism, but a work that operates on numbers of different levels that hover between realism and abstraction and gives us a very unsettled feeling. Looking at this beautifully painted vase, which we understand with the glazes on top, but then certainly up in here we see a vase we're not quite sure if it's a glaze on top or whether it's transparent and includes something intestinal inside. So there's a sense of uneasiness about the content of this painting. The potter's hair and his kind of balding skull, whether this is kind of a brain or whether it's hair, all of these things operate in tension and in a way that we're never quite sure what we're looking at. And that's a really great example of Steven's amazing skill as a painter, but also in developing something that's just beautifully punchy and optic and rewarding to look at. So very, very proud to be able to show this work in the exhibition.